congratulations on the knock, Ashton. Talk us through the last 10 overs.
Seems like a bit of a blur now. It was a really exciting game from the start. I think we knew it was going to be a really flat wicket and it was probably going to suit the batters. I think towards the end of the game, especially me, having not played a lot of cricket in India, we weren't really sure what the conditions were going to be like. We've seen in a few games that the ball's got really soft and it's been really hard to score at the back end. So I think for me coming in, I knew that from the ball one it was only going to get harder and harder to bat, and so I tried to get a few away early. As it turns out, the ball didn't reverse swing like we thought it would because of the dew that was around, and their bowlers might have struggled with that a little bit, but it was an amazing night, and I'm still pinching myself really.
Was there a moment when either after the game or even this morning where it all sort of sunk in, you thought, geez, I've just completed the greatest chase in this country's history?
Yes and no. It was an amazing game of cricket, and I've played a lot of games of cricket in my life. It probably hasn't sunk in that I'm playing for Australia now, and this is a really big series for us. We're being 2-0 down. We sort of might have seemed like we were out of it from an outsider's perspective, but I think guys have played some really good cricket to get us back in, and to be 2-2 now going to a deciding game at Delhi is so exciting, and I think it's great for the series.
Didn't get a great deal of sleep?
No, not a lot of sleep. I've been battling a little bit of a flu, but feel like I've still got adrenaline and tingles running through my body.
And what about your family were here for the cap presentation? Have they hung around, and I suppose from back home, just how many sort of messages did you wake up to from teammates, mates and family?
Yeah, it was awesome. Dad was here for the start of the tour, and it's always great to have support when you're away from home. But yeah, my phone's been going off non-stop. It's been quite unusual for me.
When you talk about getting out there, thinking the batting is going to get harder, what about your mindset? How were you feeling when you walked out there? Calm, nervous, excited, anxious? What were your feelings?
To be honest, I've watched a lot of footage to prepare to play against India, but I actually haven't faced their bowlers before at all, so it's a weird feeling. The last few years of domestic cricket in Australia I've played, I feel like I've got a really good grasp of the bowlers I'm coming up against each game because I've played them lots of times before, but this was a really surreal feeling, almost, world-class death bowlers, especially who, other than a bit of footage, I'd never really come up against before, so, it was probably a good thing in the sense that I didn't have any fear. I don't have any bad experiences against some of these guys before, so, for me it was actually fortunate to be in the situation where we needed quite a high asking rate, and I had no choice but to try and get on with it, and it was sort of do or die towards the end, but to be able to get a few away and the way I would have liked, it was an amazing game.
You've got a fair reputation for scoring heavily at the back end of the innings in the BBL. What confidence did that give you getting out there?
Yeah, like I said, I haven't faced their bowlers a lot, and I haven't played much international cricket, so there's always that doubt in your mind, but internally I also have a lot of confidence that in that situation, I have been able to do it before, and I do trust my skills, and I've had a lot of time here in India behind the scenes, training and being able to adapt to these conditions as best I possibly can. So I did feel confident that I would be able to do a job. Didn't know if that job was going to be good enough last night, but as it turns out, very fortunate to get over the line.
To all, what would it mean to this trip to take out the series?
Yeah, it's all a whirlwind for me at the moment, but as a cricket fan and as a kid who's watched a lot of cricket growing up, I know how hard it's been historically for Australian teams to win tournaments here in India, so to win this series, it'll be awesome in itself, but also a great preparation leading up to the UAE and then for beyond that to the World Cup.
Good. Thanks, sir. That's great.